Ariel Helwani at the UFC 121 press conference with Martin Kampmann, who faces Jake Shields this Saturday night on pay-per-view. And Martin, obviously a very huge fight for you. A lot of people underestimating you going into this fight. Do you like that role?
It's okay, they underestimated me for the last fight as well, and I proved everybody wrong, so that's cool with me, I don't mind being the underdog on the bookies, but I come in there and I'm the favorite in my mind.
When the UFC first offered you Jake Shields, considering where he was coming from, the titles he held, what were the thoughts that went through your mind?
I think it's a great opportunity. He's coming with a lot of hype behind him. He beat Dan Henderson, and everybody's hyping him up, so it's going to look good on my resume with a win over him.
Considering the fact that, a few fights ago he was fighting at 170, then 185, now he has to go back down to 170, how do you think that would affect him?
I don't think that's a problem. He's a professional. He can cut the weight. I don't think it matters much.
Last couple fights, he's developed this label as being a boring fighter. This is what some of his opponents have said, and apparently your teammate Mike Pyle agrees. Would you agree?
I definitely think that sometimes he plays a little safe and makes for some boring fights. He's definitely a very skilled and very dangerous opponent, but some of his fights has been a little boring. But it takes two guys to make an exciting fight, so I think the pressure is on him for this.
So how do you prepare for that?
You can't. I prepare for his strength. I'm preparing to win the fight. Sometimes it's not fun to be in an exciting fight. Sometimes if you've been in an exciting fight, you comes back with bruises everywhere. I'd love to be in a boring one-sided fight. Beat the other guy up and that's it. I think the key to the fight for me is defending the takedown and punish him on the feet and punish him for trying to take me down, because I'm sure he's going to try to take me down, but he won't succeed. And even if he gets me down, I feel confident off my back. I feel confident getting back to my feet, and I feel confident fighting wherever the fight goes. But obviously, I want to keep it where I feel I have the bigger advantage.
What do you think about his striking?
I think he can actually be hard to box with because he's awkward. He has awkward striking. He's not a big puncher, but he's got a good left kick. But I feel I'm a lot more accomplished striker than he is, and I feel I'd take a boxing match with him any day of the week. But that's not what he does. He tries to take you down.
There's been some talk that he was injured early in his training camp. Did you hear about this?
No. Everybody gets injured in training camps. That's part of training camp. Everybody get their nicks and knacks. So I don't know.
What do you make of the talk that supposedly he's going to get a title shot if he wins, but not necessarily you? Does that bother you?
You can't worry about that. He's not gonna. Right now I'm focusing on fighting him, and he's hopefully focusing on fighting me. Because if he's focused on fighting somebody else, he's definitely gonna lose. I'd love to get a title shot as well. Everybody would love to. So first I gotta beat him, and then we'll see what happens after that. Even when they promise people title shots, they sometimes change their mind and mix it up anyway. So it doesn't really matter, actually.
Considering what Carlos Condit did last week, you have a win over him. MMA math is a tricky thing, but that obviously puts you up a little higher, right?
Well, MMA math, like you say, it doesn't work. It doesn't. There's no such thing as MMA math. You can always find some guy that beats some guy that beats some guy that beat the first guy, and it doesn't add up. Everything is different. A fight's a fight, and styles makes fight. But I forgot your question, so I don't even know what I'm talking about here.
It was a great answer. Final question: how will the fight end?
Me finishing him. He's gonna be laying on the back of the mat, getting punched in the face.
We look forward to Martin the Hitman Kampmann going up against Jake Shields. Best of luck to you, Martin.
Thank you.